how to prepare your home for travel. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, you know what, I'm not even worried about that right now. And there's no way I'm going to be traveling right now. And some people are saying, you know what, I am going to travel later. I don't know when later, but it's going to be towards the end of the year. I want to see family during the holidays. Right now is the best time to get some great deals on some websites. Go and check them out and see what you can find. Now, this video is not about that. I'm going to give you guys 10 tips. 10 tips. So, tip number 1, make an essential packing list. This is tip number 1 on how to prepare your home. Now, I know people are saying, wait, why would a list of me traveling prepares my house? Well, a couple things. You might not want to leave some kind of jewelry. You might say, hey, I'm going on a cruise. I got to make sure I bring my necklace. There's some jewelry that a lot of people don't like to leave at home. So what I would say is make a list. And this list, the top, I always have a list that's cut in half. The top part is the things that I always bring no matter what. So I would list socks, underwear, undershirts, pants, shirts, shoes, hygiene stuff. So I would list everything out. The bottom part of the list is things that, depending where I'm going, might switch off and on. I always like to pair one pair of shorts and one pair of jeans. Now, if I'm going to the snow, then I would swap that shorts to another pair of jeans, or vice versa. When it comes to specific jewelry, it just depends. If I'm going on a cruise, I might wear a very fancy watch and I don't want to leave it at home, so I'll pack it with me. If I'm traveling somewhere to, let's just say, Seattle, and I'm just out there going to be hiking, going to go to Vancouver for hiking, I'm not going to bring a fancy watch with me. So there's certain items that I know for sure I won't leave at home, and there's certain times that when I do travel, I will bring them with me because I don't want to leave it at home. So that is your tip number 1. Tip number 2. Security. I always tell everybody you should have some kind of security measures, whatever it is at your house, so that way if something were to happen, you are good to go. There are these cool little Wise cameras that are like 25 to 35 bucks each, and they are great, amazing devices. You can get 2 of them and point them at some doors around your house and you're set and you're good. You could also get the little things for the windows, so that way if somebody opens them, you could have your Amazon devices, like your Echo, your Dot, your Echo Show, whatever it is, that could listen for any kind of glass, something like that, and it can notify people, notify your neighbors, you, whoever. There's a lot of things that you can do, but security, make sure you do prepare your house security. And if that means somebody has to come over to your house every now and then just to keep an eye on things, let them know. If there's neighbors that you trust, let them know, saying like, hey, I'm going to be gone for about a week. I got my alarm and I got everything ready. If you see anything suspicious, let them know. Let them know if you're going to have a family member come over and say, hey, I got some dogs. Let them know, which is actually tip number 3. If you do have pets, make sure if you are leaving them at home, you do have plenty of food, plenty of water. You look at everything that they need for your animals, for your pets. If it's birds in a cage, if it's a lizard, if it's a snake, if it's whatever it is that you have, a bird, whatever it is, whatever kind of pet you have inside, fishes, that's the word I lost. If you have fishes or anything, make sure you do have plenty of food for them to survive while you're gone. Now, when you say, well, I'm going to go ahead and feed them and they should be good for like 3-4 days, can you go without food for 3-4 days? I don't think so. When people say, hey, I could feed this thing and this thing will be good for about a week because I overfed him, do some research. There's some animals and pets, and I'm not going to name them because some of them are nasty looking, and some of them might even have 8 legs, but I don't want to talk about those. If they could eat something where they're good and it's scientifically proven that people have said, yeah, like, you know what, this type of insect or animal, whatever, can survive after you feed them, cool, great, then you don't have to worry about it. But don't do that to your dogs, don't do that to your cats. Make sure you have somebody come over and feed them, or if you can't, room and board them somewhere, board them at a family's house or at a place where they know they'll be taken care of. So think about that as always. Tip number 4. One of the most annoying things for me when I go on a trip is when I get back and my car is low on gas. I come back and I'm just like, man, my car is low on gas. I need to get food, I need to get supplies, I need to get stuff, whatever, and then I have to get gas. I have to make one extra trip. Make sure your cars are full of gas before you go. It doesn't take much time before you do it. Trust me, you're going to thank me later. Once you get home, you don't want to worry about going to the gas station. You want to come home, maybe grab some food, and relax. Sometimes you need a vacation from vacation. So make sure you do have gas in your cars. Tip number 5. Now, I just mentioned when you want to go get food, make sure you don't have a milk carton that's about to expire, or cheese that's about to expire, or something that is about to expire, because the worst thing that could happen is you come home and it stinks. And I mean, your fridge smells, your kitchen smells, there's something that just stinks. So make sure you do check your stuff, and whatever is about to expire, use it before you go. Or if you know it's going to expire when you're gone, get rid of it so that way you don't have to worry about it. Tip number 6, utilities. A lot of people don't think about utilities. Make sure you have everything turned off, everything that's shut off. Check the gas pilot. If your fireplace is also gas, check that. Make sure everything is turned off. You want to be sure everything is turned off, because you don't want things to be you don't want things to be used up while you're gone. So don't go outside and turn off the gas yourself. Don't go outside and shut off the power to your entire house, especially if you got like security systems and all that stuff. You don't want to shut some of that stuff off. But you want to come around your house and look for things that you're like, okay, is this off? Is this off? Is this off? Cool. Make sure everything is off. Tip number 7. Make sure every door can be locked that you want to be locked. So I have the side garage door that I constantly forget to lock. And I'm thinking, well, I'm home all the time, I don't need to lock it. I'll leave the house and I didn't lock it. Make sure you have a list of all the doors in your house that you want to be sure that they can lock. And if that means you got to go and wiggle it, make sure it does lock, check it. And I know some of you guys are saying, well, my sliding doors doesn't really grip, so I put a stick on there so that way there's like a double security. That's fine. Make sure you guys do check that. And check the windows too. Make sure if they could be moved, if you could move them and there's not a lock, there's those little locks that you could put on the bottom as an extra security. So if it does slide, there's a stopper right on it. So make sure you check all your doors and windows so you can lock everything properly. Tip number 8. Trash cans. And I know people are going to say like, yep, there's so many times I think about my trash and I forgot to take the bins out and I get back and I just missed the trash man. So what I would recommend is, if you do have those trash cans that you got to put outside, ask a neighbor if they could help you out. Put them somewhere outside of your gate. So that way, if they do come out and, if they say, yeah, I'll take care of your trash cans, don't worry about it. Ask a neighbor, see if they help. Now, if you got no neighbors, no nice people that want to help around you, make sure prior of going, you pack everything into one or maybe two, push everything out, and then just watch your trash outtake, I guess. Make sure you don't pack it too much so that way when you get back, you're not already halfway full and you're just like, well, I know I'm going to be, I'm going to have way too much trash. See if a neighbor could help you out. See if maybe you have a family member that could come by and maybe while they're checking your dogs or your cats or whatever pets you have, they could pull out those trash cans and then bring them back inside for you. And if they do, give them a good gesture. Give them, a couple bucks, $10, $5, whatever for helping out. And if if they don't want your money, go buy them a thing of cookies. Go buy them, make them a pie, make them a cake, make them something so that way they know they're truly appreciated. All right. Tip number 9. Now, for you smart home users, this is for you guys. And some of you guys might be thinking, that's actually not a bad idea. If you have smart bulbs, if you have any kind of timers that you have set, that you want to turn on during the nighttime, so that way it looks like somebody's home, and then they turn off after a certain time so it looks like somebody's home. Test your equipment first. Make sure you're just like, okay, I know if I test this, all the lights will turn on downstairs, maybe one light upstairs so it looks like somebody's there, and then they'll turn off. Make sure you have your setup and make sure you know it works. And what I would even do is test it out while you're there at the house. You know you're going to bed at a certain time. You know certain things are going to happen. You have a flow of things. Test it all out. See if it works. Test it out. Tip number 10. And that even goes for your sprinklers and stuff like that. If you have a sprinkler system that's automatic and you know it's going to work and everything, great. If you know it's going to rain and you have to put a delay on it because the entire time you're gone it's going to rain or something, you could delay certain days, or you could change the schedules, you could change the program. Make sure you do that so that way your whole system works good. If you have mail coming in, a lot of mail, and I'm one of them that gets a lot of mail, make sure you let your post know to hold your mail for the next week or 2 weeks or however length of time. If it's only like a day or two, then you should be good. I always say if you're going to be gone for 3 days or more, you don't want them to just jam pack your mailbox. If it's 2 days, it's not too bad because hopefully you'll be able to catch your post before you leave. And if you're already gone before your post gets there, it might be 2-3 days stretching it. But if you know you're going to be gone for 3 solid days and more, just put a hold on your post. Just tell your postman, you know what, don't drop anything off. Just please don't drop anything off. If you're expecting any kind of deliveries, wherever it's coming from, you should have some kind of tracking. If it's UPS, FedEx, whatever it is, give them a call, give them the tracking number, and say, hey, I'm not going to be home for a couple days. Can you please deliver all my stuff on? And then you give them a date. If they say, no, you know what, we can't do that, we'll hold it for you, but you got to come here and pick it up yourself, that's fine. You just don't want to leave stuff at the door. Now, if you do have some smart stuff like Amazon Lock and Key, what they can do is they could open up your garage. Like, it opens up just a little bit, and what they'll do is they'll notify like, hey, I'm here. And then it'll open up the garage just a tad. They'll slide everything in, and then they'll put it in. And I think there's also like a timer that you could set. Like once you open something, it's like 10 seconds, something really, really short. And then, of course, what I do is I have something exactly like that with a camera inside, and they know I have this equipment. That'll be the best way, so that way if you are having a delivery that you can do that. Or if you have a really cool neighbor, I'm blessed that I have really good neighbors around me. I have a cop, I have a detective, I have school teachers. We watch each other's back. So we say, hey, you know what? I'm going to be out of town, and I'm going to have something delivered to my door. I got Sparklets that's going to be dropping off some water. Do you mind like grabbing it and putting it in the garage or something? Or do you mind holding on to it at your place, and then I'll pick it up when I get back? And then again, it's just like that trash can. If they could help you out, again, return the gesture back somehow to them, even if it's something simple. Now, those are my 10 tips. I hope that was 10. I kind of lost count around 5, but I think that was 10. But I hope you guys have learned something here. If there's something that I missed, in the comment section below, put down there what I missed that could help somebody out. I normally have a list of things that I like to go through, and I'm like, this is everything that I want to go, and I want to be sure that I could keep my house in order. I don't want things to happen. Sometimes there's nothing that you can do. Life happens, things happen, crap happens. So hopefully nothing happens to you guys while you guys are gone. I've been very, very lucky that nothing's happened to me while on vacation. Of course, you hear those horror stories. These are the 10 things that I like to do before I travel, and to make sure everything in my house is secured and safe and ready to go. Let me know in the comment section below if I missed anything, or if it's something that you'd like to do that we could add onto the list. Of course, as always, you guys take care of each other, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.